Get out my business. Nani? Okay.
Welcome to the Identity Booth. We are the amalgamation. That is Heero, and I am Eric. Wakanda's first hero on Instagram, ETFacts on Instagram. Go give us a follow. Today we have another great story for you guys. We are here talking about the defense contractors that are threatening to sue the United States government for pulling out of Afghanistan. Isn't that interesting? Now, of all the times that they could have thought to do this, they waited for the Biden administration when Trump was very adamant about it, and we never heard any talks about suing the United States government. Heero, I want to know from you, first of all, does this seem like a bit of an irony that on the timing when it comes to this situation? Because where was this 3 years ago when Trump was talking about it? And it's here now. And do you think this is a big fat nothing burger, or is this like a legitimate thing?
I don't. The thing that's kind of baffling to me is just like, I think this is definitely for politics purpose, but you mean to tell me I can sue a country for not inflicting damage on another country? I can sue a country for not allowing me to take my weapons and use them on another country. Like, that's clear. That's not what it means in its entirety, but that's what it's pushing towards. Because after skimming through this, it just basically reads out they want to be able to keep their military infrastructure available. They want to be able to maintain it. They want to be able to keep here. But if you have a gun in a place that's called a war zone, you're gonna use that gun. You're gonna use those materials. And it's just kind of crazy to me that when Trump said let's pull out, it wasn't a discussion about we're gonna sue the government. It was let's pull Trump behind a back door and talk to him. But and I don't know if this is a credit to Biden or Trump or discredit to Trump, but the fact that they want to take this sue approach sounds like they have a little bit more to lose with Biden.
Yes, so let me drop some nuggets for y'all. So, here we getting his research on. Your boy be doing some research of his own. And you know what I always say? Follow the money. If y'all been watching for any significant time, I tell you to follow the money. So if you live under a rock and you do not know what President Biden is doing currently, right now, we just passed he's got a $2 trillion infrastructure plan. I'm pretty sure that it's approved, but I need to go back and double up on that. But you know what? I scrolled through. Let's talk about it just for a second. He got $400 billion, and there's a proposal to spend hundreds of billions on what are traditionally considered infrastructure projects, but it would do a lot more, including putting $400 billion toward access to home or community-based care for the elderly and people with disabilities. So transportation, $174 billion in electric vehicles, $115 billion for bridges and roads, $20 billion for road safety, $85 billion for transit, et cetera, et cetera. He's got water, internet, and electric, $45 billion to remove lead pipes. That's going to shout out to Detroit and Flint. Y'all need to get the lead pipes out. Then we got $56 billion for modernizing water systems, which means we need to upgrade everything to PVC. $100 billion for high-speed broadband, $100 billion for the electric grid and clean energy, $16 billion putting hundreds of thousands of people to work in union jobs, plugging oil and gas wells and restoring and reclaiming abandoned homes. Then he's got, over $300 billion for homes, schools, and buildings. He's got $900 billion for workforce and innovation. You know what's not in here, Heero? Nothing for the military. Now we go back in time when President Trump was doing something similar, pushing a bill through. He got an additional $600 billion for defense spending, military spending. There's no military spending in this bill, so you can understand why the defense contractors would be upset. They got to spend their own money. They don't get to spend the taxpayers' money this go round. And then on top of that, put the icing and the cherry on top of the cake. He's talking about President Biden is talking about withdrawing troops, withdrawing our presence in Afghanistan. To what end? Now these defense contractors have no one to protect whatever business dealings they got going on out there, and now they feeling real shaky, so they want to sue the United States government, which at the end of the day is suing American citizens. These people don't give a dang about you. They're gonna sue and get money from the American citizens, or they're going to get it earmarked in a bill to take money from American citizens. I'm just saying, what's the problem? What that
the problem the problem is you can't. We've been there so long that even the most common person, and you can deny it if you want to, our purpose for being there is financial strictly. It's oil. It revolves around. It's not about getting democracy or making French fries a localized name, freedom fries or whatever the hell they call it up here. It's simply just there to berate people and force our hands. So for me, looking at this thing, it says more contractors have been killed in Afghanistan than troops. That fact alone should be enough for us to walk away. But when it's not about, this foregone idea of democracy or creating freedom in these freedomless lands, it's about pushing an agenda. This is how they make money. And someone like Biden is trying to end that cycle of money. Now, do I think these defense contractors just happen to pick the wrong defense contract? Yes, because if you're a 1380 Warhawk missile, you're getting used daily, monthly. You have a daily appointment with Biden. But if you are a water rehabilitation center that is designed for military troops that only house 60 troops, but is designed for 600, we're gonna cancel that shit because we don't need it. And should the American people be held to that? I don't know if this would even make sense in court, because if someone cancels something, you just settle out of court. I don't know if you should sue them. But that's just me.
Suing is
it's American.
Yeah, it's the American way, number 2. And if I cost you the dollars that you should have given me up front in litigation, then it evens out in the wash. That's really what it comes down to. And if I sue you, I may actually have a chance of getting my contract, or you're going to settle out of court with me. I won't do the work, and I'll still get part of the money.
Yeah.
So they're looking at it from an advantageous position, all the while screwing over the American people, because we the ones who got to cash this check. I'm sick of it, man. I'm really sick of it. Like, all this stuff is unnecessary. We've been occupying a territory in the world for 20 years. 20 years.
There's some people that were born who can drive and will be able to who have been able to drink and have never seen a day where America wasn't at war.
And this is unacceptable in my estimation. Probably the majority of people's estimation at this point. Innocent American lives being sacrificed for what? Defense contracts, oil, and dope. It's time for that stuff to be dead. And if President Biden's going to do anything good, he's going to bring the troops home. I don't have a lot of confidence in that, but if you can bring the troops home from Afghanistan, listen, I'm going to give you a star on your chart for the day. Right after staying dry through the night.
To get a star from Eric. Do you know how goddamn hard that is?
Yeah, all Biden's got to do is stay dry through the night, bring the troops home, and not touch any children.
Simple facts. But for what it's worth, I mean, that's been the episode on this. Tell us what you think. I mean, obviously, we think we've been in war for too long, but do you have a justifiable reason for us still being there? And if you do believe we have a justifiable reason for being there, tell us why we should also admit to you that you are crazy for having that belief. And with all the other things, like, share, subscribe. The dislike button and the like button work the same for us. YouTube is thinking about taking away the dislike button. A lot of our Jimmy Dore videos are going to suffer. So please don't take away the dislike button.
No,
YouTube,
don't do it.
Keep it. We need it. But for the rest of the stuff, you can find us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. On Fridays, me and Eric say thank you to you guys. Go check it out, the Identity Booth. And for all our other stuff, the link tree's down below. You can catch up with a bunch of other things, but something important that me and Eric are supporting this year is the Run sign-up link, which is going to be the Endurance 24 Challenge. Altenberg and Russo are running 24 miles in 24 hours, and it's going to be live streamed here on the Identity booth. We're going to have a bunch of things that we can do, a bunch of activities, so you guys can join us and keep us motivated with that. This is what the run sign up link looks like. They're up to $1,275. They have a goal of getting to $20,000. They have a bunch of endorsements already. We're going to knock this number out of the park, and by the time they finish their mile, their 24th mile, we plan to see this number explode, honestly. So we appreciate you guys coming through for this. This has been the Identity Booth. My name is Heero. That's Eric. Take care of yourselves. Put on your goddamn mask. And
I hope that in the side, slow it down and we can catch the five. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight, slow it down and we can catch the vibes.